Wow, things have certainly changed.
Dude.
Well, everybody's attitude towards the virus is sort of, warped and it's changed just like the variants.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, the thing you hear about the latest variant is that, it's way more easy to catch, but the symptoms aren't as bad. That's what you hear, right?
Yeah.
And so people are maybe, kind of dropping their guard a little bit and are like, yeah, I got it, but, I had a little bit of a sniffle. Who cares? What's the big deal? So the guy that was the biggest person on high alert for COVID was Thor for the longest time. I mean, if you walked around without a mask or if you, had the slightest bit of a cough or something, Thor was the one who was like, put you on blast. He'd be like, fuck you, dude. Get away from me. I don't want you anywhere near me.
Right.
Hated people who weren't following the rules. You had a lot of
because it's
problems.
close to, my dad's got issues and, it just sucks. It sucks. And I just think it's so stupid not to do what, doctors are saying. I don't get it. I don't get that thinking.
Man, times have changed.
Right?
Because Thor now may be looking to intentionally get COVID.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
Yeah, you heard me right.
What?
So the only time I've ever heard anybody say, I'm going to intentionally get COVID, is because they think having the antibodies is as good as the vaccine.
Right.
And I go, well, hey, dummy. The intentionally getting COVID comes with a lot of risks.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
I
time.
mean, people, have lasting effects from COVID.
Yeah.
So the vaccine may be a little bit safer. I don't know.
Yeah.
So whatever. But if that's where you want to go for it.
Yeah,
Just don't go to the hospital because they don't want you.
Yeah.
But, with this intentionally trying to get COVID right now, when I heard Thor sort of mention that, my mind was blown.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what you were saying because, like I said, you were the guy who was so against, everything that I'm stunned to hear you talk
Well,
like
I
that.
still am. I mean, if I see people without masks in stores, that's annoying. I don't know. I'm at the point where I won't say anything. It's just if you want to be a fucking moron, then okay, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I unfollow a lot of people on Facebook with their dumbass fucking takes. So I don't.
Yeah, Thor's had strong feelings.
The
like
anger
you
is
said,
underneath.
from the beginning, and this is all the shit we've been hearing in commercial breaks about how he's unfollowing people, and then he's really because he knows doctors.
Well,
his
my
brother-in-law
brother-in-law is in the COVID unit. A lot, like 100 hours a week, and the fucking horror stories he's telling me is brutal. Or he's got 90%, he's 100% full in his ICU unit. 90% of the people were unvaccinated, and this old man just had a heart attack, and they have nowhere to put him because of all these unvaccinated people. And they wouldn't be in ICU if they were unvaccinated.
Yeah.
So you hear that stuff, it gets you irritated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like this off the air, and we would hear these stories on repeat.
But, because he gets all of his information from his brother-in-law, he does know that this variant isn't as deadly as the other variant if you're vaccinated.
Yes,
you're vaccinated.
of course, if
And
you're
so,
vaccinated.
we're all vaccinated here. Thor's obviously vaccinated. Triple jab.
Oh, you
I'm
got a
not.
triple
I'm not
jab?
just vaccinated. I'm vaccinated.
I
really got it.
just spit her water out.
Really got her.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm vaccinated and boosted, and I knew about this booster. I mean, we all knew about the booster.
Oh, here
but
goes
my
bragging,
brother-in-law told me to get the booster back in fucking June.
2020.
Yeah, he was like, hey, he's
Before the
like,
vaccination
yeah, he
came
was
out.
like, hey,
Yeah.
he was like, hey, get the booster. My parents were two of the first people to get the booster. I mean, they got it as soon as the word booster came out. They got the booster.
Fucking guinea pigs.
Okay. They got the 5G chip.
You go
That's what they
fucking
got?
triple jabs. Whatever, bro.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Fucking live.
so you kind of know what the deal is with this variant and stuff like that. So you don't seem as on high alert
No,
anymore.
I talked to my brother-in-law, and he tells me, it's not good. You don't want to get sick.
No, of course not.
But I'm vaccinated and boosted, so he says
If you got it, you should be okay.
So that's what it seems like. I mean,
Right.
he always he's all into studies and research. So
well, that's pretty
Weird.
smart.
so
It seems like a
so
smart
he'll
thing to
start-
do.
he'll
Does he
tell
not
me-
have WebMD?
Yeah,
What is he
or
doing?
just the internet alone.
Google?
So he always
Facebook?
looks. He always reads studies out of Israel and like Europe because they're ahead of us with a lot of this stuff. So he's always telling me this is what they're doing, this is what they're seeing, and then what happens over there usually happens over here next. So I am on high alert, and I have two ways to go. I can either isolate myself and do nothing, but then I don't trust you guys. No offense.
Excuse me?
No
What?
offense. No offense. Not that I don't. That's
Are
a
you
bad,
when
bad
you say
choice,
you
choice
guys?
of words.
Are you talking about?
I mean, I think we know.
To me, I already got it.
You can get
Exactly.
it. Yeah, exactly. Well, it could just be a mistake. Eddie's at a softball thing. He doesn't even know one of the guys, and he gets COVID somehow. I don't want to get COVID. It's just a freak thing. Not trusting is the wrong word. Or I can go the other route of, if it happens, it happens, and I hope it happens before my honeymoon. Because I need to take a test 3 days before my honeymoon in Turks and Caicos. Otherwise, I can't go to Turks and Caicos if it's a positive test, and I'll fucking miss my honeymoon, which costs a lot of money.
So even if you're asymptomatic and you don't know you have
Doesn't
it,
matter.
if
You need to be vaccinated and a negative test to get in Turks and
So
Caicos.
when your honeymoon's in February?
February 10th. I'm
So
outta
like a
here.
month away.
Yeah,
Wow.
a month. Yeah. I'll be gone for a week.
So-
I know you guys are gonna miss me.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
So you're thinking it might be better to just get COVID,
Just get it over with.
and get it done with.
Because I'm vaccinated and I'm boosted.
Dude, like, what
So-
are you gonna do? Like,
What's the
find
plan?
somebody that you know
No,
and have
I mean
them, like,
just
spit in your mouth?
I'm not
or-
gonna. No, I don't want to get sick. Like, so Haley was just sick,
Yeah.
and she got tested a couple times, and it was negative. There was
you
a part.
bummed?
I was a little bit.
No,
I was
stop
like,
it.
damn,
Stop.
because I want her to get it too. So then we both don't have to get. We both don't have to worry about a positive test in February. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to walk around, talking 2 inches from people's faces.
Yeah.
But maybe I won't be like as cautious.
Yeah, Thor was crazy. You guys only got a little taste of this before his bachelor party.
Oh.
He was fucking.
I didn't
want
want to get. I didn't want to get
high
sick.
alert.
And
He
before
was
my
on
wedding.
that- well, all
Oh,
you
yeah.
really cared about was making the trip.
Yeah.
He wanted to go so bad
Yeah.
that he was not fucking around
then-
and just was crazy about it.
I don't get how no one got sick there. Like no one got COVID after the bachelor
Yeah,
party.
you guys were real lucky.
Yeah, we were real lucky. And then on top of that, I was even more on high alert for my wedding because me and Haley had heard multiple stories of friends of ours who went to weddings or had weddings, and they got a COVID outbreak happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that can't happen, especially because of my dad and my grandma. I just don't want that to happen. So I was on high alert. I almost didn't invite people like Emily who don't care.
What the
She was
hell?
a florist.
Care?
So what are you
Care.
gonna do? Are you gonna start pulling an Emily, where you just go and pick up
Well, I
random
might start hanging out with
people's
Emily.
drink? Well,
I might start
random
hanging out with
people's-
Emily.
Guy, that was years ago before COVID.
When you pick up a random person's drink that's half drunk and
Yeah.
you drink the rest of it.
I don't know if I want to relapse, but I definitely.
Well, you can do it with like sodas and iced teas
Yeah.
and stuff. Just
No.
go into a random restaurant and pick up someone's drink.
I don't know if I want to go that far, but just hanging out with people who don't care.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna
Well,
probably
you
go
go
to
to
Emily's.
You're gonna go to my house.
Like, you go to meetings, and I can pretty much guarantee there are people in those meetings that don't give a shit.
Yeah, they're,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Well,
No
nothing-
mask at the
when
meeting?
when you meet people in recovery, they're not just because they're sober doesn't make them bright people.
yeah,
sometimes.
or responsible.
Or responsible people,
okay.
and they'll slam a used needle in their arm, but you better not give me that vaccine, and I ain't wearing no fucking mask. So
they're
like,
both
that's,
jabs.
What?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I swear to God. So yeah, you go to a place like that, you go to a recovery thing. There's definitely people not wearing masks, and I've gone to a couple meetings inside. And I've sat far away from people, but didn't put a mask on. Usually, I would have a mask on, not give a shit, because they're judging you.
Yeah, I vote for the be careful.
I don't want to
route.
get you guys sick though either.
Right, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that,
probably-
well, Emily doesn't matter.
I don't care.
Yeah, she's already had it like 7 times.
Let me ask you a question though,
yeah.
buddy. Let's say I start not feeling well, and it's just a cold, because Haley just had a cold. Because colds can still happen.
Doubtful.
Yeah, I don't
Like-
think they exist anymore.
What do I call you and say, hey, I don't feel well. Can I come in? What do you want?
I would rather you not, even with a bad cold. I mean, it's
Nah,
better
you gotta fight
in
through.
today's day and age. I think it's we've learned one thing from this is that it's okay to stay home if you're sick.
Oh yeah.
It's
but,
okay.
But then if I stay home, I can't come back until I get a negative COVID test with testing. It's just too much.
No, it actually isn't. It's not that much.
So do I just not say anything? That's where I'm at now.
You motherfucker. You better not do that.
That's fucked up.
If you get the sniffles and you're not feeling it, take a test. It's actually not that hard anymore. With rapid home tests, they're a little bit more available. So,
Emily, can I have one?
No, you can't have any more tests.
Tests are hard to come by.
Oh, really?
You can't be giving those out.
Are you
I only
hoarding them?
got
Are you
2
hoarding
packs.
them like toilet paper?
No, I only have 2 packs left, and I gave
Who
one.
are they for?
They're packs of 2, so I have 2 packs. So I had 4 tests. I gave 1 to Haley.
those
Now I
are
only
big
have
hands.
3 tests left.
Wow.
I'm saving those bad boys.
For who?
For the next time she goes out and parties
Yes.
again.
Yes.
So for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it is Wednesday.